First half to hold him to 9, but he's got to hold him for a second half as well. He starts off in the second pretty well.
That was a big screen by Ray Borner to get Fisher clear from John Stelzer.
The Giants closed within 7 after it has been 12. 55-48. The Cannons almost turn it over again, and lucky to get that. In fact, it comes up as a foul, perhaps by Marty Clark. It is underneath and hasn't done himself a whole lot of good with Emery Atkinson coming down on top.
Well, Marty Clark is matched up on Emery, and right there you can see the jumping differences.
Yeah, Smythe's just recognising that. That's why he made the pass, obviously. Smythe making the cut out by Hillman. Spin from Charlie Thomas over the top of Ray Borner, and Thomas is having an outstanding game here. He has 20 points and he grabbed 13 first half rebounds. The guards switch up with Kennedy taking over on Hillman now. Emery Atkinson's got the job on Clark. So the Giants are looking for a scoring alley here and having trouble finding one. Well, they go outside this time, and Fisher gets on the end of a missed Joe Hillman shot and grabs another 2. So 4 quick points for Scott Fisher in the opening 2.5 minutes of the second half. 57-50. The Giants sneaking closer and closer. Cannons having difficulty scoring right here. John Stelzer losing the handle on the ball as it sprays off into the hands of David Graham. Put it down as another turnover. But an easy rebound for Smythe. He won't get it much easier than that. Spin from Jamie Kennedy. Launches one over the top that doesn't go for him, and that will be a Cannons ball from the front court. But they're very keen to put that first-time shot up, Jerry.
Yeah, it's been a habit of the Cannons over the years, and once again, they have so many good shooters that they all believe in themselves, and it's hard to get them to occasionally pass up a shot or two.
It's a bit hard to say, look, don't shoot. You don't want them to not shoot. Jamie Kennedy short with that shot. John Stelzer grabs the rebound. Joe Hillman could be the one picked out here. We'll find out who the referee calls. He's got Hillman all right, and that's just foul number 2 against Joe Hillman. And it is 3 team fouls against the Giants for the quarter, none against the Cannons in the opening 3 minutes. So the Giants again head for the foul board. Jamie Kennedy again can't make it, but Smythe has it at the back. Across, poor pass from Smythe, almost grabbed by Emery Atkinson, but put it down as another turnover. That turnover count goes to 15 against the Cannons. 3-point shot from David Graham, had an age to take it too long, as a matter of fact, as Emery Atkinson breaks it out of the backcourt and feeds Jamie Kennedy. And charging foul, no basket. The referee said David Graham was there. Kennedy appealing, but the charging foul has been called. Have a look at it again. Watch David Graham. Well, it was touch and go about whether the ball had left his hand in time, whether the basket should have counted. A real line ball decision. No argument about David Graham's position. 7-point game at 57-50. Stelzer and Fisher having a real bump and grind underneath, but meantime the Giants through David Graham are hitting from the outside. His first field basket of the ball game, David Graham. That's a 5-point game as the Cannons have gone cold. Timeout. Steve Breeny's seen enough of this. He wants them in for a bit of a chat about the offense, because the score at half-time was the Cannons 52, the Giants 44. The Cannons have added just 5 points, while the Giants have added 8.
She's caught between the love of 2 men.
You were in love with him.
Stop!
Pursued by something beyond imagination.
It's happened 3 times.
Corpses wouldn't bleed.
Walter, I know what I saw.
Where will Joanna turn next?
Do you believe me?
I don't know.
Into the arms of the one who wants her dead.
She's being attacked. What the hell do you think you're doing? Trying to help her stay alive.
I'm scared to death.
You won't know until the final twist. From the Dead of Night concludes 8:30 tomorrow night on 7.
Feel the control of Mazda's computerized 4-wheel steering, as all 4 wheels respond to speed and steering direction. Mazda MX-6. Power, control, and the element of surprise.
It's a big country, and it takes a big company to cover it.
Hey, Marsh, is it true that 1 in 9 Australians are insured with FAI?
That's absolutely correct, Dougie boy.
With over 3,000 million in assets?
Yeah, huge, aren't they?
And is it right that FAI have $1,000 million just in their claims reserve?
That's what you call peace of mind, Dougie.
I hope your mate appreciates all this.
Hey, fellas, what are you doing? My property finished a kilometre back.
What?
How's that for openness?
FAI, the big insurer.
I could do with an emu, how about you? I could do with an emu, how about you? I could do with a taste as big as the state in which we live. I could do with an emu, how about you? I could do with an emu, how about you?
After my car accident, I just didn't know where I'd be. I didn't know where to turn for compensation. Until a friend told me about D'Alessandro and Associates. I felt Joe D'Alessandro and his team really cared. Now, while I'm recovering, I'm not worried about money for my family, even though it was partly my fault.
D'Alessandro and Associates, helping people with personal injury claims.
Steve Bruni went to town on his players, saying it's not there at the moment. Big contrast in the second half. When they get the ball, move it around. If the shot's not there, kick it on, but not happy with the input so far.
Okay, we'll see what they do with it now after the chat with the coach.
Well, North Melbourne's gone to a matchup zone, so one coach is saying one thing and the other one's trying to adjust for it.
Atkinson to penetrate the zone and dish out to John Stelzer for three. He can't hit it, so the shot not going down for the Cannons for the moment. That will be a Cannons ball off Marty Clark as Thomas and Kennedy put him under pressure. So the Cannons will get another scoring opportunity. Atkinson wants it wide. He's got a three-point shot there if he wants it, but opts to take it on the inside. Big grab again from Thomas, and he finally gets a handle on it, and reaching in David Graham, and Charlie Thomas can't make it go. That will be the Giants' ball, and Thomas is pretty upset because David Graham was reaching in there on him, and the referees didn't see it. Meanwhile, Graham at the other end adjusts his feet position outside the three-point line, and David Graham has started to connect in the second half. He has 7 points for the ball game and makes it a 2-point game at 57-55.
The Cans are going to have to show that they can handle this zone defense by getting a few scores.
Charlie Thomas gets it up and in off Emery Atkinson's penetration. 59-55. 5 minutes down in the third quarter. The Giants, remember, were down 12, but nobody in the right mind would write them off in that situation. Big reject there from Charlie Thomas. Kennedy came across the baseline to help out the drive, stop the drive, but Charlie Thomas just came from the other side and get that out of here. Still a 4-point game, still a Giants ball. New 30-second clock, of course, after the shot went up there from Scott Fisher. Fisher has 13 points for the ball game, had 9 of those at half-time. Hillman driving on the inside, and a reach-in foul again will put Joe Hillman at the free throw line. The foul goes against Jamie Kennedy. Look at it again, Jamie Kennedy reaching in there on the arm of Joe Hillman. He was stopped otherwise, and it wasn't a particularly smart foul from Kennedy because I thought the other fellows really had him covered, Thomas and Atkinson. And these referees have had plenty of people wanting to talk to them tonight.
It's been that type of a game.
The Giants took the opportunity to make a substitution with Joe Hillman on the line. They took out Marty Clark and brought in Wayne Carroll, so there's plenty of experience on the floor. Hillman off the line, misses two. So Joe Hillman with just 8 points, he's 3 of 7 from the line. Emery Atkinson, Charlie Thomas floats in the air and hits. Thomas not only has 24 points, he's shooting 11 of 15, in contrast to everyone on the floor. Inside to Ray Borner, he was hit, and hit by Charlie Thomas, and that will be Thomas's second personal foul in the ballgame. Have a look at it. A lob pass on the inside. Ray Borner got inside the defense there, and they closed on him just too late.
It's a bit unfortunate. It was just 2 plays ago. Charlie Thomas had an arm grab before a shot.
Wayne Carroll looking it on the inside. Scott Fisher and John Stelzer really bumping around on the inside. Who are they going to put it on? I don't know how they can pick out a player out of that. John Stelzer has been picked out for the foul, but they were both bumping each other and bumping. Have a look at it.
It's fairly critical because that's the 4th foul on John Stelzer, who has been doing a good job on Scott Fisher.
And of course, had it gone the other way, it would have been Scott Fisher's 4th. So a key call right there. 6-point ball game. 61-55. The Cannons in front. Fisher taking Stelzer on. Stelzer stayed right out of that with his 4th foul and let Fisher waltz on by. Emery Atkinson is really going to have to take a part in this one here. John Stelzer, penetration, and he might be out of it. That's his 5th foul. Billy Mildenhall says that's number 5 on the charge. And John Stelzer will lead the ball game with 8 points against his name after doing a sterling job on Scott Fisher. It'll bring, have a look at it again, have a look at Stelzer's drive. Ray Borner comes across. He took a step into his path as well. He moved that right foot just slightly, and referees will often pick that up. And looking at it in replay, maybe Stelzer was a bit unfortunate with the 5th one. But it's a 4-point game, and Stelzer out of there brings in Craig Irvine and also Herb McGibson in the game for Jamie Kennedy. 3-point shot from Wayne Carroll and a big grab over the top of Ray Borner from Charlie Thomas. Oh, they've thrown it away again. Wayne Carroll grabs it and takes it right to the hoop and scores. So Phil Smythe has turned the ball over 5 times in this game. 61-59. 2-point game. The Cannons hanging on to that 2-point lead. Craig Irvine underneath and call for the travel. They said the shot was blocked and he stayed with it. Critical period of the game for both sides. Scott Fisher hits the 2 and was fouled as well. Ties the ball game up and can now take the lead. Craig Irvine's foul will put Scott Fisher at the free throw line. Scott Fisher to unlock the tie and take the lead again for the North Melbourne Giants. 18 points to Scott Fisher, had 9 at the half. A bit more in line with Scott Fisher's regular numbers. Up to Charlie Thomas. Emery Atkinson is looking to take them on. And they draw a foul out of Joe Hillman. So Joe Hillman picks up foul number 3. It is the 4th team foul against the North Melbourne Giants. The Cannons have 6 against them. Have a look at it. Hillman reaching in there. And, oh no, what have I done? The Giants come back the other way. A chance to build on the lead. David Graham for 3. Hits his 2nd 3-pointer of the ball game, and he has 10 points.
Well, right now, the Cannons are going through a patch just like North Melbourne did in the first half, where they cannot buy a basket.
Craig Irvine looking to set the picks, but Emery Atkinson looking to take them on. And again, they turn it over off the hands of Herb McGeechan that time. Scott Fisher can't lay it in. Ray Borner, stick back for 2. That's a 5-point lead. It's a 6-point lead to the North Melbourne Giants. That's 67-61. What a turnaround in this game. Return pass, a give and go, and a slam on the end of it. Will that ignite the Cannons? Just a plain give and go play. Finishes up in the hands of Emery Atkinson, and he climbed up in the board for that one. 67-63. Steve Breeny on his feet. Both coaches haven't sat down too much tonight. Inside they go to Scott Fisher on a post-up. Off the free throw line, Ray Borner dumps outside to David Graham, looking for the hot hand. Craig Irvine, easy rebound. And almost throwing it away again. In fact, they have. The Cannons have now turned the ball over 19 times in the game. Herb McGeechan with a steal. 1-on-1 against Wayne Carroll. And gets fouled. They have to count it. They do. The foul will go against Wayne Carroll. It'll put Herb McGeechan at the free throw line. A 2-point game at 67-65. A 15th foul against the Giants for the quarter. Timeout has been called here at the Palace by Steve Breeny. His second timeout of the ball game. As this game swings back and forth. We've seen the Giants in a hole in the second quarter. The Cannons have been in a hole right through this quarter so far. Now the score, there it is, just 2 points in it.
Well, fry, baby loves fries. Ooh, baby loves fries. They're golden good, so tasty and fry, baby loves fries. Ooh, baby loves fries. McDonald's fries are golden good in so many ways. Just a little, and that'll make our day. Fries, baby loves good time, great taste. All McDonald's, yeah.
Hi, how you going? Oh, Lords, yeah. Looks like another good score on the way. Oh, yeah? Unless it rains over there. Oh, well, it looks pretty dry at the moment. Like you, eh? Yeah. Can I buy a drink?
Foster's Lager, it's got the flavor.
Hey, remember that Aussie test opener who was always getting mixed up in the roads? Mr. Wood. That's right. Wood. Yeah. Graham Wood.
Have you phoned for your free brochure on the South Australian Celebration Tour in July? For only $1,690, tour South Aussie for 12 fantastic days. Fly answer to Adelaide and stay in superb accommodation. All tours, fees and meals are inclusive. There's the Barossa, unspoiled Kangaroo Island, the Adelaide Ranges and a luxury 6-day cruise up the Murray on Proud Mary. Numbers are limited, so phone South Australian Travel Centre on 4811 268 and get your brochure now.
It's a big country, and it takes a big company to cover it.
Hey, Marshy, is it true that 1 in 9 Australians are insured with FAI?
That's absolutely correct, Dougie boy.
With over 3,000 million in assets?
Yeah, huge, aren't they?
And is it right that FAI have $1,000 million just in their claims reserve?
That's what you call peace of mind, Dougie.
I hope your mate appreciates all this.
Hey, fellas, what are you doing? My property finished a kilometre back.
What?
How's that for openness?
FAI, the big insurer.
Two cars are making a big impression around town and at cities. The Holden Commodore Executive has a big V6 engine that's fuel efficient. It's also very cost efficient at City Motors' unbeatable no-deposit lease of just $99 a week. And here's the superb new Statesman V8 at a non-European price. You'll find both cars perfect for business around the city. Cole's waiting to give you the best trade-in and the best deal around, as once again, City Motors make it easy.
Yes, Phil Smythe being benched with 6 turnovers against his name and just 2 points. And a 3-point play to Herb McGeechan as they come quickly down to Marty Clark. Has the shot blocked by McGeechan, and the Cannons are off and running again, looking to take the lead on this play. Again, Dufermeyer finds the open man, and a block by Ray Borner that time gets the ball back to the Giants. Almost stolen by Charlie Thomas. They go outside. Ray Borner camping on the inside. The crowd calling for 3, but the referee's not counting him down. Joe Hillman, the pick from Scott Fisher. Fisher with McGeechan on him, sends him into the air and fades away again. Can't hit it that time as Irvine grabs the rebound. And what's the call going to be? It's a blocking foul on Joe Hillman.
That was an excellent call because Joe Hillman had possession. Charlie Thomas avoided him, and he stepped across to try to draw the charge at half court after he passed the ball.
Thomas caught the ball and got rid of it right away when you saw where Joe Hillman was. Big collision, and one of those judgment calls the referee has to make, and he's put the 4th foul on Joe Hillman. So that's mark leader Joe Hillman with 4, Scott Fisher with 3 for the Giants.
The coaches are upset for the North Melbourne Giants, but Hillman, who'd been arguing virtually every call so far that he's received, didn't say a word on that one because I think he knew he did step in front of Charlie Thomas.
Thomas 1-1. Both teams in the foul count with 6 fouls apiece. 2.5 minutes out from three-quarter time. And that one ties the ball game up. Obviously, this one to take the lead. 73% shooting is pretty handy from Thomas. 2 of 2 off the line. So he's 4 of 6 off the free throw line, but Craig Irvine stepping in and making another foul will send Ray Borner to the other end for the long walk to shoot 1-on-1.
Again, when you're on a roll like this, you certainly don't want to foul somebody in a one-on-one situation about 80 feet from the basket. Unless Ray Borner misses this, it was not a really smart foul.
It was Craig Irvine's second personal foul. He hasn't had a lot of minutes out there tonight. But he's going to play plenty coming down the stretch, perhaps. Got a big lineup out there, the Cannons at the moment. Tad Duffermeyer at point. Off guard is Herb McGeach, and then they've got Thomas, Atkinson, Irvine, about the biggest lineup the Cannons can muster. Ray Borner can't hit it, and that's got to be off Wayne Carroll. In fact, it's points the other way. I was sure Wayne Carroll touched that last.
Well, maybe what Bruce Palmer said at the other end to Bill Mildenhall, he listened to.
Well,
it certainly looked like Carroll knocked the ball out of play.
Bill Mildenhall had a good look at it, and it just seemed like an obvious one, but anyway, he pointed the other way, and the Giants have got the ball. Critical one, too, at 68 all. To see how critical the Giants can make it on this particular play. David Graham and Tad Duffermeyer go nose to nose. What have we got here?
Craig Irvine again, knocking the screen down.
Knocked over Marty Clark, and Clark will go to the free throw line. So Craig Irvine putting them at the line, his third personal foul. So he's not going to see the game out of this clip. 68 apiece. Craig Irvine's out there to use some muscle, but use it fairly judiciously. Charlie Thomas pulls down his 16th rebound of the ball game. 2 minutes out from three-quarter time, the pass that was meant for Herb McGeach just touched, and McGeach did well to get his hand out of the way in the end.
Well, the Cannons have been handling the zone a bit better each possession, so it's imperative they continue to do so. And
Irvine hands off to Atkinson on the baseline. Herb McGeach can't connect on it. Irvine gets the second, makes it. He's been fouled in the shot as well. So Irvine, he might have made a couple of mistakes back at the other end. He drags the foul out of Ray Borner, gets 2 points, and can come up with a three-point play. Just 2 personals to Ray Borner. Patrick Reedy getting ready to come back in for the Giants. And Craig Irvine, the man of the moment. Can't quite make the three-point play, but he has given the Cannons a 2-point lead at 70-68. Oh, gee, had an extra step there, Scott Fisher. And a three-point shot from David Graham. Doesn't go down for him. And Emery Atkinson comes back the other way. Craig Irvine on the end of the fast break. And ends up with 2.
Well, that's the type of pass the big man should make. Just no dribble, just give it up, rebound.
72-68 as the Cannons get a handle on it again. Mark Leader coming back for the North Melbourne Giants to take out Wayne Carroll. Patrick Reedy takes out Marty Clark. There's Reedy, who had some pretty good minutes in the first half, did an excellent job for his team. Had just 6 points, but grabbed 5 rebounds while he was doing it. And Fisher hands the ball on to David Graham. Reedy, first touch this time. Fisher backing it out with Craig Irvine on him. Irvine playing one-on-one on Fisher. David Graham gets it up but not in. But Mark Leaders gets to the other side, grabs the strap. 2-point game at 72-70. Duffermeyer hasn't opted to make the moves this time in. I don't know how long it'll be before he might attempt to explode. Irvine again, good pass on to Thomas, floats to the hoop for 2. So Irvine's made a couple of pretty good passes in the last 2 plays.
Well, that's good patience on offense, and they certainly spread the defense out that time and made the right pass.
50 seconds out from three-quarter time. 74-70 to the Cannons lead. They've led at the halftime break. They were behind at the end of the first quarter by 2, but they had an 8-point lead at the halftime break after having enjoyed the lead by 12. Now it's just 4 at 74-70. 8 seconds left on the shot clock for the Giants. They throw the ball out of bounds. It will be a Cannons ball in the backcourt with just 30 seconds to go. They can use up the entire clock on this play. It's wonder whether they'll see it though, because they haven't been using too much clock so far in the ball game. They're aware of the situation though. As the band strikes up, the crowd starts to clap. Duffermeyer checks the clock out again and backs it out to half court. The Giants aren't putting any pressure on.
They've come out of their zone defense and now they're playing man.
No three-pointer that time, but a chance on the rebound shot from Charlie Thomas. Grabs a 6-point lead with no time left for the Giants to score in the quarter, so they ran that final 20 seconds pretty well. So with 3/4 of basketball gone, there's the score. We'll be back in a moment.